This is the best formation and custom tactics in FC 25 that will guarantee you more wins. But the code is at the very end if you only want the formation and tactics. But if you skip, your gameplay will not change, because I have to teach you how to use the tactics, the formation, and what players to use. Starting off with the team tactics, the formation is the same one that Tex, Huge Gorilla, and a ton of pro players use, the 4-4-2 flat, which is the most crucial formation this year because it's the perfect combination between defensive and attacking. So getting into the custom tactics straight away, your build-up style is either going to be balanced or counterattack. But if you use counterattack, your players are going to get tired by the 60th minute and you'll get scored on way more often. Meaning if you want to play like a pro, just use balance. But next, not only do I have the player instructions, but the types of players you should be using if you actually want to win games. Starting off with the most important position, the goalkeeper. I use sweeper keeper, but only because Ederson has long ball plus. You can see here I could play it short, but I decided to bypass the defense and play right into the midfield, catching my opponent off guard and getting right into the attack. But you can't play sweeper keeper with any goalkeeper, only the ones with long ball or really good passing. And this year is especially difficult because most goalkeepers are awful at passing, and if you make one mistake, you're guaranteed to get scored on. But next is another critical position in the 4-4-2, the left back, which is going to play on fullback and only focus on defense, which is important because when you play the 4-4-2, you want one fullback to overlap and join the attack, and the other one to stay back and defend so you don't get counterattack. But making your fullback focus on defense does something that you would never expect. Even on defense, instead of stepping out wide, they will tuck in and move the whole line over. Now these are the tactics with the ball. You can see your entire back line slides over, making it impossible for you to get counterattack. But next up are the biggest players on the entire team, the center backs. You will never play a center back with anything other than a defensive focus, and you could switch their role to stopper or ball line defender, but I don't see a point. The center backs are supposed to play really good defense and not join the attack. But there is only one time I want my center backs to join the attack: corner kicks. And that's exactly why you need a center back with aerial or aerial plus. Look at this example here. I just switched to VVD, play him with like 3.5 bars of power, and it's a header every time. And here's another example on defense. I just switched to VVD, move him to where I think the ball is going, and he wins it every time. But next is one of the most important attackers on your team, the right back, who will play fullback and stay balanced. And even though our right back is going to overlap and join the attack, we will not set him to wing back or attacking wing back, because that creates a major problem with the right and center mid. So you should keep him unbalanced, and just like this example, you should send him on a run and play him through. Now you have a 2-on-1, which sets up an easy goal. But next we're moving on to the left mid, which is going to play inside forward and stay balanced. But there is only one type of player you can use on the left side, someone who is right-footed with the finesse shot playstyle, because then you can take players like Nico Williams, take one touch and put it right in the top corner. And since the meta is getting as many players as possible into the middle of the field, even if you don't shoot every time, you should still cut in as much as possible. But now that the left mid is locked down, we can move on to another very important position, the center mid. And your left center mid is going to use the playmaker role and focus on roaming, making this position your wild card. Because as you can see here, even though Aitana is playing left center mid, she roams into the attack, making it very difficult to defend her because they never thought she would be there in the first place. Same thing here. As soon as Nico Williams wins the ball, Aitana is right there on the left side because of roaming, and then all you have to do is take the space and play an easy through ball for a goal. But the right center mid is going to be completely different, because instead of playing through balls and joining the attack like the left center mid, Patry is a deep lying playmaker that plays defensively, meaning you will need someone with the long ball playstyle plus like Bruno Fernandes or Patry, because not only are you going to send players on runs, but you're also going to play it over the top. But that's not why she focuses on defense. This position only focuses on defense because it will cover this area when the right back overlaps and joins the attack. But next up is the right mid, and just like the left mid, he is going to play inside forward and balance. And just because most of the attack is going to happen on the right side, you should not play any different than you would with the left mid, except for one thing: continue to cut inside, take finesse shots, but now you don't have to force an opportunity because you'll have the right back overlapping, allowing you to play an easy through ball and create a good scoring chance every time. But now we're moving on to the most important positions in the entire game, the strikers. But I like to do something differently than most players. My left striker will be a poacher and focus on the attack, and my right striker will play advanced forward. The left striker is going to run in behind, allowing you to play easy through ball balls on the counter attack, and the right striker is going to play normal. But since there are two of them, if you want to score the most amount of goals, you have to use them together. But just as I promised, the code is right here, and if you follow all of the instructions I talked about, you are guaranteed to get more wins. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button and click here for the best settings in FC 25.